Howdy, everyone, and welcome to the Be More Successful Show. I'm your host, Leslie Hassler. I own Your Biz Rules and the Small Business Collaborative. And what I do is I help service-based businesses be more successful in their business so that you can grow, you can scale, you can do it with profits, and it's sustainable, meaning you can keep doing it. And that's a huge part of business right now, I think, is thinking about your business in a very sustainable way of how can I make sure that I can continue to deliver this level. If my business tripled or if my business quadrupled, would I be able to achieve the level of service that I am giving to my clients? Would I be able to even serve that many with the people that we have on staff? So there's a lot of questions that go into growth and scalability, more than just getting more clients. And getting more clients is great, don't get me wrong, love it. But there's so much more to the equation. So that's really where I come in, is helping business owners manage that, to manage the business as part of the process. So welcome to the show. Today, we're going to be talking about the problem that you solve, or the voodoo that you do so well. And I love this topic. And I've been doing a lot of reading and research. You know, we have the Thrive and Flourish community. That is part coursework, part peer-to-peer, and then part the ability that I can have and put my eyes onto our community's businesses to help them move forward, keep moving forward on their journey. And so I do a lot of preparation as I write and create the coursework for that, because there's been so much advancement, there's been so much change in the marketplaces and how businesses grow. But I really feel like service-based businesses don't have, or haven't had, I think we're providing it for sure, but I don't think they've had in the past a way that they can take some of the best and apply it to a service-based business so that they can achieve the same kind of growth and success that we're seeing across the board today. So like I said, I do a lot of reading, and been reading Blue Ocean because I have a client that attended a presentation and was fascinated with it. And so I've been reading that, and that daisy chained into something. It reminded me of something else I read in another book, which daisy chained. And anyways, led me to HBR. I will go down this rabbit hole of research. And I've been fascinated. There's a company called Strategyzer that I've loved the process that they put towards really business development, business model development, things like market awareness and definition, and product and profitability, and just this whole complete method. Now, there's more than just Strategyzer out there. There's about, I don't know, you name your flavor, and there's a definition out there. So there's One-Page Business Plan. There's Verne Harnish's Scaling Up. There's, EOS, which is, I didn't enjoy that book as much. So there's lots of different systems, but what they all share is this kind of framework, if you will, of keeping things really simple in a business. And Strategyzer has this concept called jobs to be done. And I've always referenced it like the problems to be solved. But what I like about it is I have always built upon, there's problems to be solved, right? That's what gets people to be searching. And then there's reasons to buy. And those reasons to buy sometimes don't really relate directly to the aspect. And it really all comes down to the fact that a purchase decision is complex. It's not always as simple in service-based businesses. And I say that because if you're a transactional business, and I would say like Starbucks, I consider that to be a transactional business. But if you really look at the model, the problem that they solve is a really good cup of coffee and a community environment, right? That community environment is the reason to buy. And the fact that they deliver on it consistently, even though they've had their ups and downs, don't get me wrong, nobody's perfect. but they deliver consistently over time. And so they've built relationships with their business, with their clients and their customers. And that relationship aspect gets into this whole like jobs to be done, reasons to buy, the emotional side, the emotional payoffs. So I thought we'd talk about really defining that problem that you solve in your small business today. I will say we will be picking back up show notifications on Thursday. So if you'd like to get a notification when we come live, just click the link in the post and we'll be able to do that for you. And then as always, give me a shout out. Let me know you're watching. Say howdy when you're watching. And then if today's topic really is insightful for you, you saw value in it, please share it out. Give us a shout out. I find that that's how people best see our message. And the right people, the people that need to see it, when you share, that's when they see it. So thank you in advance for that. So when we come to the problem that you solve, sorry guys, my allergies are crazy today. I want you to think past what you do. Like what you do is the vehicle or the medium, if you will. The problem you solve is the message. And it is very interesting how we can have this, oh, I've got this problem and we need this problem and we need our clients to see the problem. And here's the kicker. You can't tell somebody they have a problem. I mean, the minute you tell me that I have a problem, you know what goes up? A wall comes up and I take a step back because it's not the way to approach. Right. But I see so many business owners doing that where they're like, hey, I saw that you didn't like your hair today. So here's my product. That's not a way to engage your potential client, because while that may be the functional problem, there's actually other things behind the problem. And we're going to talk about those. So the other part of this problem is that people search for solutions to problems. And that's why it's really key that you can define what is the problem that you solve, right? What is it that you're solving for your ideal client? Now, if we can get past the what you do, right? Like with design, you know, it could be like, well, I make beautiful homes. Actually, what I found out was, it was so interesting. I help people reward themselves for their hard work, because that's exactly what it was. At the end of the day, I so deserve this. And I'm like, yes, you did. Let me make it possible for you, right? It was a reward for a lot of people. So when you can get this problem solving down, right, what you'll be able to do is attract better clients. And I love this. I think marketing, number one, should deselect those we choose not to serve. Okay. If our marketing message is clear, the person that it's not right for is going to say, hey, man, that's cool, but not for me. And we'd rather have it happen then than to make it all the way through, right? So we really want a selective type of a message. So that's why the problem has to be crystal clear. But when it is crystal clear, it attracts people. They'll come up to you and they'll go, I feel like you were listening to me last night when I was talking to my husband. The minute you hear that, or to my wife, the minute you hear that, you know you've nailed it, okay? Because it's often using their words to describe what's going on. And when you define this problem, it is so much easier to get paid what you're worth. Service-based businesses have the trap of trading time for money. That's not scalable. It's just not scalable. And you can never work hard enough or long enough to truly reach the level of profits that you want to reach. So we've got to get off that hamster wheel and really get into paying for the value that you provide. And that's part of the reason why this whole topic even came about, because I'm writing a course on value. So let's look at the 1, 2, 3 of it. Really, the first part of the problem is you do need to tap into the emotion. People buy solutions based on the emotion and justify it with the logic. So the functional part, yeah, it's part of the process, right? They need to know that you've got the expertise to handle it. They don't need to know that you have 4 degrees, you've been in business for 35 years, and you've served 5,000 clients. That's not, I don't want you to have to validate that aspect, like build a resume, but they do need to have a confidence that you've heard them, you understand them, you accept them, and you can do something about it. Like, you know how to make this path. And that's a certain level of confidence that comes through your messaging and what you share with your clients. This problem also needs to tie back into benefits, right? It really needs to be, if you can do it, if you can situate it in such a way to where you're sharing the benefits, okay? And I love this one phrase. And so you can think of it anytime you say, we help so-and-so do X, Y, and Z. Fill in the next one and say, so that you can. So that you can feel more confident, feel more in control, make great money, and create impact. Okay, that sounds great, right? So that you can is a really good little thing to write down and put up on a sticky note so that you've got that in your mind. The third thing is once you've defined this problem that you solve, you've tapped into the emotional part of it, the jobs to be done, the reasons to buy, those types of things, right? And then you're clear on the benefit. So we're painting the picture, the before and after picture with these two things, if you will. And that's what people need to see. They need to know that you can help with the before, and this is what the before looks like. And oh my gosh, that's exactly what I look like, right? And that you can help them get to their paradise. You can help them get to their version of heaven, their payoff, if you will. Those were the, step one, step two, so to speak. When you know that, then you really can set about designing your customer journey. Customer journey is a huge focus when it comes to technology, large-scale scale-ups or large-scale startups. But it's something that I think most service-based businesses blow off. And they blow it off because they get too busy. When you get too successful, you get too busy. I don't want to worry about it, blah, 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 blah. But you're kind of like stopping 6 inches from gold by blowing it off, by being too busy to pay attention to this. Because once you understand where your clients were before, like what was the problem they were solving before they came to you, okay? And then understand what's the next thing they think they need to do after you. You're leaving a lot of opportunity on the table. Because if you can understand where they were before, then you're really looking at things like who could be great referral partners? Or is that a service you even offer? Or is there information that you could provide through marketing that helps capture them in this before stage? So by the time they come in, they are so primed and ready to buy from you that it's just an easy yes, hello. That's a success, right? And then after you've done the business, a lot of businesses fall into this one and done, meaning you do what you do so well that there's no work for you afterwards. I will tell you, there's things you can do if you know what the next thing they need to solve. Is that something you could help? But if it's not, then you could have an affiliate relationship maybe with the next business, and you could have partnerships and collaborations that come along. So there's a lot of goodness that can go along with really defining what it is the problem that you solve. So that's it for today, guys. Make sure you sign up for the notifications. Let me know your thoughts on this. If you are crystal clear on the problem that you solve, feel free to put it in the comments below. That way we can share that and celebrate you in that. And as always, if you like today's message, share it out with the world and let other people hear it as well. So that's it for today, guys. I hope you're doing well. I hope that you're having a profitable week. We'll be back on Thursday, I believe at 10 on another Be More Successful topic. That's it for today, guys. It's been Leslie Hassler with Your Biz Rules Business Coaching.